Many people want to support us. Na wakadama mesede. Na won check down obohu tanks bi wo. Obobo mehu all certain amount bi apeditua. Ebohu euros, ebohu pounds. Mebe fe bia no so slow or as high bia. Ni wia bomazina cost buy and send hono. Buy and send is me atwane kakra. E twene kakra ma so process ni nyina na so bia. Ebohu da obo bring up drop down menu bia ebotum ni choose the payment method they pay choose. Ni wia ni nyina na wa iska. Thank you for supporting us. Ya mention bebre. Now, yimpa obreje there, asema bi adoma no baka no, or there adwene there, echine bi, ubotu we yaba na waba ho. Asema former President John Dramani Mahama okan some time ago, no sisi and na no edine. Especially because it was not a good example according to many Ghanaians to the youth. Ofa me afa butuma from Kuska. Asami it has actually been captured or UTV. Wamenti asama oye Fredrick Ameyaw Fires na wi a enche na adwo comment section.
The ekosu nyina no basabasa ekosu nyina ni pintem ekosu nyina no. Me de so bon be boy man pani dada John Dramani Mahama. Ono na wakofa we nyina but especially in our current time.
Why they?
Wa mera ogina simpie so ka kire Ghana for say e ba se yenye tutu asem yenye nyamra asem patapa asem akakabensem ewudisem a NDC die obia ni ono musi akan wo.
O Canada ben
2020 ya bato na
2020 ben fie 9
na sa kasa na okan ya no ya so o kasa me wa ha na me sure ti wetin akofi sa kasa na okan e na hye eye NDC fo kutupa isen say na no so be kai abrante bi e friend Razak oye youth organizer ma eye Swame constituency ye nyina nim sem wa okan ya on repeat it Emma police for ensa ekosoni. Nanu ya about I din churo sensem emfa ya about hu ya. Onunya for Collins Dauda. Eno so baby o ye friend say kukum. Eno so ye so ni mu say kabo. Enam violence ekoso. Ye din komo especially about ye kaswa sensem. Ye you obi afiri mu. Omo police for chiom ye nipa bi a ni hu hia pa afiri mu. The NDC candidates now call you.
Yeah, you know from so why then.
You because police watch no maybe say be a two any two abuba any asekan eguni kamu.
The two any two asekan.
A two
abuba any asekan
eguni
kamu. I were him.
Around the registration center and she has been arrested by the police. And the investigation will be ongoing. Nanka baby ya throw din ana ye throw din to abade ye be throw ko ye dem and you pacho so ani bi I want to say my name say we ma me kon ya
oh baby we can say etuo ene etuo boba say etuo no enya ba kon o ka mo etuo na do so according to police reports and sakan I just say wom hutuo no comfortable bisa no amo de ho krata kire se oho kwan se otu no na etuo no eye registered tuo na eda ono ankasa ne ka ma ye ono ane tuo
openi say be please watching an eye and
now registered Ghana they so to me
you haven't answered my question respectfully. Has she been arrested or not? Was she arrested or not?
Arrested say why then wafum
no, was she? Now say whether obi afum and no obi fum it's not any determination.
Any crime.
Wait. Whether the oye no any crime and any crime. It's not even the police to determine. It's the court of law of competent jurisdiction. But I'm saying and I'm putting out here say these weapons were found in her car around the area registration center, which is needless. Or the area or say you So I am saying that they have been emboldened, they have been strengthened by the statements of the former president, John Dramani Mahama. Otherwise, if I transfer of votes, any registration of voters there, if I just on Friday or so, me control me transfer me. It was seamless, smooth. And when say a utility bill, beba. Water and I say ebi electricity say be efia baby out no efia ni ofia it should be in your name say you ofia your landlord must write and support it with a utility bill then you come they write your name and then you go and take a picture craft for the old one no masisa o voting code no yet what dey am oko we so say basa yo Akoya basa because a political party thinks the only best way to come back to power is through violence. Omudi say koya mbetimi e de aba abebu mani bio no e ya kakabensem enu etutuasem. That is why you see all these things because Omaka said the only way NPP can win the elections is through rigging. So they are two member stream, they are two Ghana for stream. It is obi kwakwa na say bia okotoni di na nka ade anka also jama EC officers na nkomo address no. They think that the EC is conniving with the NPP to rig the elections. And that's the same sentiment Bernard Asementi here this morning. Blaming the EC, bastardizing the EC, calling them the lazy. So how do you expect the ordinary Ghanaian sitting there? Maybe or Dobima political party for. Now so Obana said there would be a touch makakra. It could have been resolved easily, no? Because Bernard that cartoon to the say Electoral Commission, no, I'm lazy, no, or person them ranishing in some.
I just read his books.
Looking at the achievements.
Achievements?
Yes.
Well, I hear MPP talk something about the road construction has been done.
Yes, that's why I'm asking you.
Nkrumah was there longer. Nkrumah was there from 1951 to 1966.
Yes.
So it's really difficult to make a comparison. Nkrumah inherited a great economy, enough money. He has so much money he could give Guinea some. So again, you cannot then judge Nkrumah with the rest. But I think Nkrumah was a great African. I mean, I'll say that. In terms of the Fourth Republic, though, it might be too early to say, but Akufo-Addo will stand tall among the Fourth Republican presidents if we have to come and make a comparison.
All of them?
Among all of them, yes, because of the fundamental things he has been able to do. For instance, the story of one district, one factory. They accuse him that you came and said you were going to do one district, one factory. How many have you done? I interviewed Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa in 2020, and he said, "Oh, your man, he's done only 8 factories." And I looked at this politician. You were in power, you did 0 factory. Somebody says, I'll do 100 and is able to do 8, and you are criticizing him. And that's what is happening in this campaign. They are criticizing Akufo-Addo that you said you will do 200 factories. How many have you done?
Shouldn't we?
No.
I mean, if you have given us your word that this is what you're going to do, and based on that, we voted into power, and then you perform.
There's another thing I want to say. Anyone who cannot criticize Akufo-Addo between 2017 and 2020 should hold his peace. Because that is where Akufo-Addo needs to be judged. No, even in 2020's campaign, President Mahama didn't talk about economic situation. He couldn't because there was none. It was COVID. Akufo-Addo took over in 2017 to 2020. There was no crisis anywhere in the world. There was nothing. Let's judge him at that time. But if you come and judge him from 2021, 22, 23, which government in the world will pass 2021, 22, 23? Nobody will pass.
Well, there were a number of, Australia did so well with this COVID thing.
Isolated cases. The big names we know, everybody was struggling. Because Russia and Ukraine war came, this came. So judging Akufo-Addo in that situation might not be fair. Judge him 17 to 20. Let's see. What did he do wrong? Did he do the factories? Did he do the free SHS? Did Ghana move on? Did he stabilize the currency at that time? The answer would all be yes. And I've been saying that people don't like it.
Did he do the free SHS?
Yes, he did.
He did?
He's still doing it. As far as 2017, 2020, he did it. Except that he started slowly. Year 1, year 2, year 3.
So what kind of free SHS is this that students go to school for 1 day and they go and sit home for another 100 days? They go back in there, they come back in there. We are hearing promises of laptops and all that that are not happening. What kind of...
The laptop may happen, but that problem about students come home and go, whilst they are turning it around now, it is also part of Akufo-Addo's big appetite to take every Ghanaian along. That's what the problem. Because before then, every year, at least 150,000 people don't go. Now he said free. Now there are many examples of people who had stopped school and went back, and they were given a leeway to go back and continue. People were housemaids, people were drivers. They said, oh, they say free SHS, so I got admission in St. Peter's. I couldn't pay. Now I'm going. There are so many of those people. So it is the policy and the president's appetite that let's take every Ghanaian along.
Right.
And that's what brought that problem. And they are solving the problem. The amount of infrastructure that have been built in schools is significant. And we will come back over time to say that Akufo-Addo was right. For me, and I'm writing a book, I'll be launching this soon.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
On the 66 stories that shaped Ghana's Fourth Republic. Wow. We're doing it very busily. Even tonight we'll be writing. Yes. So when I come, I'll be able to say that one of the things that delighted me most as a journalist, a political journalist, was to see the eventual victory of Akufo-Addo and to see his 2 term in office. That's what delighted me most. From my time as a reporter in 97, watching him in parliament and looking at his political career, the thing that delighted me the most was that the man that they said he can never be president won the biggest victory ever, because they were stealing his votes and then they say he cannot be president. Then they steal his votes, then they say he cannot be president. The day that they couldn't steal the votes, all Ghanaians saw the record.
I see.
And now they've started again, heaping against him. His government has failed. His government has failed. Akufo-Addo's that's the propaganda. And I'm going to tear into it again. I'm waiting for the facts. This Akufo-Addo's 8-year term. This is how many rows he met. This is how many rows he's going with. This is how many schools he met. This is how many hospitals he met. And when we do that analysis, I believe that everyone will
We'll be looking forward to that. But
Yes.
If Nana Akufo-Addo did so well, according to what you said, why is he so unpopular? He's falling out with so many different people, Yahoo Tamaklo, Hobson Adoye, and all those wonderful people. Do you think that they have been vindictive, or he's just performed?
It's just part of it. I mean, Bedema fell out with Nkrumah.
Yes.
Doesn't mean Joshua Nkomo fell out with Robert Mugabe.
Yes.
People falling out doesn't mean that the president didn't do well. I think right now there's hardship in Ghana. Everybody knows that. And naturally, Akufo-Addo will be made to bear the brunt of it.
Yeah.
But if you look at 2017 to 2020, when there was no hardship, it was clear that Akufo-Addo's leadership and the dynamism of his leadership had been great. I mean, there are a few things that Akufo-Addo did that I didn't expect. He had 120 ministers. I went to him and he was there. I said, Chief, he said, yeah, fella, how are we doing? I said, we are doing good. But 120 ministers, I said, yeah, we do. And then we had an interaction. He said that he's going to go on GTV and explain it. And he did. He went on GTV and he spoke about it. That's one thing that we spoke about. Now he's reduced the number of ministers. Akufo-Addo will finish his tenure in office. He's not a perfect man. No man is perfect. But at the end of the day, we will see that he has stood true to the politics, the same politics that he did in 75, the same politics that has carried him to today. I believe that.
Two more quick, questions. If Akufo-Addo was to stand for the next election, do you think he would win?
It will be. The third term is always difficult. And given the economic situation, I mean, if I ask you that if J.J. Rawlings has stood in 2000, would he have won? The answer would have been no. But if J.J. Rawlings has stood in 2008, he may have won. If I ask you that if John Kufuor ran elections in 2008, would he have won? The answer would be a big no. But if Kufuor stands elections today, he will win. Because it's always after the fact that we sit down and look at it. So that's my answer to that.
Do you think there was a relationship between Sewa Bruni and the president? Was there anything like that? By your
the lady
investigations
that they brought I saw the photographs.
Some photographs.
Yes, I saw her in the photograph in the company of the president. So I'm sure that they knew each other. I think I saw in a photograph with the president there. The chief of staff was there. Minister Fredrick was there. I saw that photograph.
Did you ask him if there was any?
No, I didn't. I rather asked the people around him, and they said that the matter is being resolved. So
being resolved.
Yes.
Okay.
At that time, I called and said, "Hey, what is happening?" They said, "Oh, it's being resolved."
What's your most disappointing episode about Nana Akufo-Addo? Episode in the sense of what has Nana Akufo-Addo done that you will say this was the most disappointing for you?
Disappointing.
That's the last one.
I mean, that the Black Stars were not able to do well in the World Cup, I think was very... I saw him, I think he was in England, after we beat South Korea. And he was in very high spirit that day. I saw he was in London. I went to him and said, so we are going there. We could win the next game, we qualify. He was very excited. And after the next game, I couldn't look for him anymore. I think that was very, very disappointing. In terms of policy, I have to study it. And I think there's a few more things coming. The biggest disappointment, though, is that his amendment to the constitution that he proposed, that we should elect our mayors on partisan lines, that because of partisanship, it was defeated. That one is very painful.
Very painful.
Yeah.
I'm asking about what he did, and you think this was the most disappointing.
I have to look for some of it.
Everything was correct?
No, I can't say everything was correct. I mean, I saw him in the interaction with when he was asking some chief to stand up. Yes. That one. I ran there. I said, hey, what is happening to the chief? They said that guy does that all the time. Yes. He doesn't want to stand up for that. I said, really? But how did he I think I asked the original minister. Because it was him that he was talking to. I said, you speak a bit of Ghana?
No, not at all.
Oh, sorry. I spoke in Ghana. I said, that is to say, how did the old man know that the guy hasn't stood up? And he said, the old man is watching everything every day. So he saw it. Eventually, when the guy came to apologize and said he was unwell,